Welcome everyone, Madman bringing another RSL video. So today we're gonna start back with the fusion going on here and the requirements. So we have Lysanthir Beastbane fusion going on. I apologize for the Fabian one, but I was out for personal reasons and could not record half or more of what was required. So let's go on and see what we need for Beastbane, or Lie, we call him Lie. Alright, first thing we got Spider Tournament going on here, and as you can see with my slow load, 2250, which has been the standard to get 25 fragments of the epic that you will need fused together to make for him. And if we look, the points still remain the same. Next is the champion training event, and you need 6100, so the lower end, because they've been bouncing between 6100 and 6300, and yep, looks like the points are still the same for leveling and ranking up. Dungeon Diver event number 1, and 3700 for the 25 fragments. So they're sticking with that relatively high number, and doesn't look like anything has really changed there as well concerning the points. Gear enhancement event. This is no longer artifacts, since it's accessories we've had for 6 years now. Anyway, we have 4775. That has been the standard for quite some time here. And then they put this stupid chart here with all these levels in between that you don't get jack crap for doing. But the milestone levels of 4, 8, 12, and 16 still have the standard points. It's just a more confusing looking chart. Moving right along, we have Fire 9 Tournament, and 2250 gives you the prize, and standard rates still apply for Fire 9. Classic Arena 390, which has been the standard for about ever, gives you the 25 frags, and again, standard rates do apply. Summer Rush, so it must be Friday. And what do we have here? 3,000 points for the 25 frags. Kind of standard, at least if that's the only thing you're giving there, which is the only thing they are giving there. Let's see, 500 standard, 200, 120, 20 is definitely standard 1. I think that's about standard. It bounces though, but it depends on what kind of tournament. There's nothing super special in this. I mean, yeah, it's nice to get some stuff. I don't know why these feasts. Does anybody use them? Barely even use the barrels. So, anyway, that is the Summer Rush, and the points have not really changed, so we'll move on. Moving right along, Dragon Tournament. 2250, the standard point threshold for the 25 fragments. And if we come over here to info, standard rates still apply. Further down the line, we got the Champ Training Tournament. 6350 is the point threshold. Looks like they added about 50 points. Normally it's 61 to 6300. But anyway, it's still pretty close to get to 25 fragments. And if we come over here, standard rates apply for leveling up. Standard rates apply here for ranking up. Looks the same for ascensions, and the same for skill tomes. So there you go. Nothing has changed as far as the Champ Training Tournament goes. Dungeon Diver event number 2 is midway through, and 3,700 points again for the 25 fragments. And Standard point supply for getting your gear. Gear enhancement event number 2. And 4775, which has been the standard for quite some time now, gets you to 25 fragments. And standard points still apply. Ice Golem Tournament. And per standard usual, 2250 is the point threshold for the 25 fragments. And standard rates for artifacts apply. Classic Arena Takedown number 2, and still 390 points is the threshold for the 25 fragments, and standard rates apply for where you're at. Okay, next is the interesting one. It's the hero path. They've done this once before and whatnot, so it's interesting. As you see, I got some points here. I did pull some shards, but I'm not going for this fusion. So I'll try and pick up a legendary and hopefully a mythic tome. But if you come down, and it doesn't matter, you can come down like this side, or you can come down this side, and you pick up this first key here. That's 18,000, I want to say 250 points. And then if you just need 25 frags, the cheapest one is to get these at 6,000. So that's 24,000. That's a little over 5 sacred shards, so it's less than 6. So that's better than a summon rush, but not by much. And then if you need, say, 50 frags, you can just swing over to, if you came down this side, you swing over here, or vice versa. There's another 7,000, and then you got 6,500 points on either side to pick up your next set of frags, so that would be 50 there. And that is, I want to say that is like 8.4. So if you were doing 2 summon rushes, you're talking 12 versus 8. So pretty good deal there if you just need 2. Now start picking up and it gets different. If you need 3 or 4, then what you're going to want to do is get one of these keys, and instead of going up there, you want to come down here, which is more expensive, but then you got 2 keys you can pick up, and then you could either skirt over here and then get those 2, or the one up above. But you definitely would want to come down here first, and then what was it? I think it's 51,000 250 points if you do it the most efficient way. And that was like, oh Jesus, 11 sacreds, maybe 10 plus. So still, if you skip the summon rush altogether or champion chase, but it depends on if you're actually pulling shards for champion chase or you have other champions, that would be a really, really efficient way to get all 100 fragments there. So as far as pulling shard goes, yeah. As far as getting gear, not so much. You're going to pick up some, and that might save you a sacred or 2. So, because you're going to have to do Ice Golem if you're going for it. That wouldn't be too bad, but that's not going to give you a whole lot of points. So, not the greatest there, but we can look here real quick. It's kind of, they give you the boosted rates here a little bit with gear, but nothing too crazy. It's supposed to kind of match what you would do, I want to say, in a dungeon diver type environment there, based on the points here. They did drop this down. Sometimes it's 2,700, but usually it's like 1,800. So this is standard, but they did bump this up to 450. So pulling ancients as a filler and or just pulling ancients is not really that bad. I mean, if you want to pull, say, 100 ancients, you got 45,000 points. That's pretty solid there. And then you just need a couple sacreds or whatnot. So they made it slightly better. It depends on if you really wanted to pull that many shards or not. But because they already had 2 pulling shards events, if you went and did those, you know, may not be super great, but as far as actually the rates, pretty decent there actually. It's just real confusing because, you know, if you just randomly go down and don't even think about it, you're not doing that great on this. For me, I'm probably going to come down. I'm not sure if I want like this. The 20 is really nice, or maybe this one here, and then I can get this mythical tome, and I need a few more points here to get the legendary. So might do that. I'd have to pull a whole lot to get to here, and I don't want to pull that much, but we'll see. Still got a few days left, so it is what it is. I was trying to get the McGregor Unity Champion for Barbarians because I got pretty good amount of champions and the barbs that would be really beneficial there, but still no love. I don't think I'm ever going to get a Unity Champion on this account, and with the way things are going, I don't see me paying any more money ever again either, but that's a different story for a different day. So one last event going on. When it shows up, we will go through it and wrap things up. And to round out the Lysanthir, whatever fusion, is the final gear enhancement event with its standard 4,775 points to get the final 25 fragments if you just happen to need them. And of course, standard upgrading your equipment rates do apply. Have a nice day.